everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel and my farmhouse wedding series. Alright, so today we are going to be creating project number 6 and we are doing a wedding favor. It is this little bell wand. Alright, so let me show you what the supplies are going to be and we can get to crafting. Alright, so for our supplies, we're going to start off with a dowel rod. This is a 36-inch dowel rod. We only need 12 inches of it. Of course, I can cut off 3 pieces out of one of these, or if you want to buy them already cut at 12 inches, they are available that way. I'm using a 1/4 inch diameter dowel, or you can go out and look for some little twigs outdoors and use that instead. Now you can also opt to get some craft paint if you want to paint these or spray paint them. That is up to you. I'm going to leave mine natural. Okay, so I'll also be using some ribbon, and this is one of the ribbons that I've been using in all my arrangements for my farmhouse wedding. It is a very sheer pink ribbon. You would choose whatever ribbons that you feel are perfect and matching and coordinating for your project. So I also chosen this one, and then I happen to have some little scraps of this satin ribbon. This one's got this little edging on it. I thought it was really pretty, and then I've got a solid one here. These are just some scraps that I happen to have. I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use some twine, some jute right here. I'm also going to need a little jingle bell, or you can use little wedding bell shapes, whichever type of little bells. You just want something that'll make some noise. I've got a gold one here. You can use silver, whatever color, white if you like. I also purchased these little tags, and I got this in a pack of 12 from Hobby Lobby, and these were $3. This is from the brand His and Hers. You can pretty much get these in different shapes, or little, instead of a little heart, it's like a little rectangular shape, or it could even be a larger size, or you could print these out yourself, so you don't have to have this, but it's an optional item. This is Ring the Bell and Wish Them Well. So I thought it was really cute. It's got a little hole already punctured in there, so I can go ahead and hang it with some of the string. And those are the supplies I'm going to need. Now I'm also going to need some tools. So I've got my scissors, wire cutters, I've got some wire, and this is a 26 gauge. I think the last time that I mentioned the wire, I said it was a 26-inch gauge. It's not a 26 inch, it's just 26 gauge wire. I almost made a mistake there again. Here is my glue gun that I'm also going to be using, and of course I've got some glue sticks. My glue gun is already plugged in, so we are ready to get to crafting. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to prepare all my little wooden sticks, whether it be cutting them or painting them. And in my case, I'm going to cut. So I've already made a little mark here at the 12 inches. I'm going to snap this with my wire cutters. Okay, we can then cut this other piece to two 12-inch pieces. Let's go ahead and work with this one. Now this one's got this little edge, kind of, you know, where I've cut it. So I'm just going to press it a little bit just on my back of my wire cutters, just to make sure that there's no little splinters, or you can just take some sandpaper and sand that little bit off. The other end is just fine, but like the stick that you cut from the center, you're going to want to do that. Make sure that at least the bottom part that we don't put anything on is sanded down a little bit. Okay, that is already prepared. Of course, the next thing would be either painted or not. Like I said, I'm going to leave my natural. So I also want to put like a little bow up here. That is completely optional. You don't have to do that. I'm going to go ahead and make one with this particular ribbon and this one. So I'm just going to take the 2 pieces of ribbon, and then I'm going to take a little bit of wire, just enough to tie around my little bow, just like that. I've got about maybe 5 inches here, 4 or 5 inches, and I'm just going to make maybe 4 loops. I'm just going to twist and loop, and I've got both ribbons together so that I can just make this bow at the same time with the 2 ribbons. Just loop and twist, and there we go. And then I can just trim that off, wrap it around with my wire and twist nice and tight. Then I also want to cut the other ends that I started off with at an angle, because I cut these others at a bit of an angle, but this one needs to be a little more of an angle. Okay, so you just do that, making sure your little tails are cut nicely. So there we go. We have this little bit. Now I'm going to take more of this one, and I'm going to cut it about the same length as the stick. So we're going to cut 12-inch pieces. The same with this other ribbon. Cut it 12 inches. And then I'll just do the same with this cute little ribbon here. It's got this little edging on it. And cut about 12 inches as well. And then we'll worry about cutting the edges at an angle. Now, you can do as many little strings as you want. If you feel like, oh, I can use extra, then of course add a little bit extra. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit extra of the same little ivory one that has a little edge on it. And just cut it. Okay, so we've used that one. We'll move these out of the way. And then these I can take another piece of wire. A little piece, not too big, again about 4 or 5 inches is fine. And then just take the ends and twist them, and then twist the wire around, make it nice and tight. There we go. Just twist it around like that, and then leave these little wire edges. I'm just going to trim them a little bit, and I'm leaving about maybe 1 inch of wire there. I'll do the same thing to this little bow. I'm just going to twist the ends together and then trim that off as well. Okay, so I've trimmed that with my wire cutters. Okay, so now that I've got these 2 little pieces, I can take the ends of these ribbons with a wire, and I'm just going to sort of kind of twist it around the wires a little bit, just to kind of keep them together. See that? And then we're going to put this all on this little raw edge where I cut it. I'm going to trim this one a little bit more. So I'm going to about 1/2 inch of that on there. Okay, so these we're going to put on the end of the stick like so. And to make sure that they don't slide off the stick, I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Get that wire edge right on there. And then I'll do the same with the other piece. Put some glue on there. And then we'll press it as flat as we can. Okay, so then we're going to take our little bell and some of the string, and we want to string around it, or string it through, I should say. Let me cut this at a finer point there. There we go. That goes through just fine. And I don't really want a very long string, so I'm just going to cut this here. I want my little bell up here somewhere. I want it to be able to dangle a little bit, or you could have it hanging long like that if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and put it way up here. So I'm going to make a little knot and just give it maybe, you know, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch of freedom right here. So I want to make sure it dangles really well. Okay, so then that bit of string can now be put on there. Add a little bit of glue. Let's see, I don't think I got some on there. Let's get it on there. Okay, so then this ribbon that's the length here, I can go ahead and trim it. I don't need that. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and leave it on there. Okay, so now I also had this other ribbon. Let's get this one. It's getting tangled up. A little scrap of ribbon here that's a solid. So I'm going to take a little piece of solid ribbon and then start wrapping it around the wire and all this here so we can cover that up. So I'll put a little bit of glue down, start my end, and then I'll just wrap it around and cover all that up. And then ever so often put a little bit more glue to make sure it is sticking down and it won't move around. And just cover it enough to where you don't see the wire, because this is a green wire and it could show through the fabric of the ribbon. So just wrap as much as you need. If you want to do it, go back up and wrap it some more. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the end of the ribbon. This is kind of hard for me because I'm trying to do this at an angle where you can see this, but you would be working with it a little bit better than I am because you'll be able to position it where you can look at it. So that's what we're creating. We're creating a little wrap on there, okay? And then we can put our little our little label, our little card on there. But I want to do one more thing. This can be finished just as it is, but I actually want to put some ribbon coming down. And I really like this one that I used in the bow. So I'm going to start off again, wrapping around. I'm going to put a dot of glue up at the top here. Start that off and just roll down, wrap around, going at an angle. I don't necessarily want to completely cover the whole stick. It's obviously a sheer, so it's not going to cover it. So I'm just going to go down, put another little dot of glue. So that's how I'm going to wrap it up. Finish it off. I'm going to cut a little piece here. Put some on the solid part here. There. And then over here. Okay, now once I know that it's on the edge there, then I can trim off this piece here. And any little tail ends that are loose, glue them down. Now my doll has this little colored end here. That's how they kind of like mark them at the store, because of certain colors, a certain size, certain price. So you can paint that if you don't like that. I'm going to leave that just for the purposes of the video. And look at that. So I'm going to get the ends here and make sure that my ends on my ribbon that I cut here are cut at nice little angles. You can have them flat or cut at angles, or do little tiny little dovetails if you want. There we go. Simple as that. And now we want to hang our little sign, our little marker thing here. So we're going to get another little string. Put it through here. Well, let's see, the other end is a little bit sharper. You can use embroidery floss instead for this. So it's a little bit finer thread, and get it through the little hole. Or just, if you happen to make these, you know, just make a nicer or a bigger hole. And I'm just going to do it with one little string, like that. And then I'll just decide how far down I want it to hang. I kind of want it to hang long, but not too long, because I don't want it like if they grab it, you know, that'll get in the way. Well, the other ribbon will anyway. But I'm just going to do it kind of, because then I want to put them maybe like in a little vase or something, and I want this to show. So I'm not going to do this very long. Let me cut it at about 5 inches, and then I'm just going to add a little dab of glue on the end, and just somewhere in there, just tuck it in there. You could have wrapped it along with everything else. I just didn't want this to get, you know, bent, you know, when I was moving things around, just, you know. So then just push the ribbon on top of that, and that'll hide that. And there you go. All right, everyone, I have completed my wedding favor. This is project number 7. It is a bell wand. So ring the bell and wish them well. I think it's a really cute little project, so I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and let me know what you think of this project. So leave a nice comment down below. What would you do if you would create this? What would you do different about it? We're all here to share ideas, so I really want to know what you would do. Also, I want to thank everybody who has been subscribing, but if you haven't already done so, please hit that red subscription button and subscribe to my channel. And make sure that you also hit that notification bell, because I put up videos every Tuesday and every Friday. All right, everyone, I'm going to be going back to my usual schedule starting in March. Craft on a Tuesday and a recipe on a Friday, but I'm also taking suggestions for any future videos. I've already taken note of some of the suggestions that you've given me, and I've planned to create those videos, but any other suggestions, of course, I will take. Isn't it super cute? I'm really happy with it, everyone. All right, make sure you share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.